If you want to be popular, if you want people to like you on YouTube, you want to get more people to follow you, this is why I don't have 1 million followers, here's the tip. Here's the big tip. People don't care about your opinion. They want to hear their opinion coming out of your mouth. If you tell people what they want to believe, they will follow you. People are only going to process information that confirms the beliefs that they already hold, that backs up what they want to believe. People want to stay in their comfort zone. They don't want to listen to anybody telling them, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it's going to be uncomfortable when you do it. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear sugar is good for you. Cheese Danishes help heal cancer. They want to hear, bacon is good for you. Tell them you have a cookie diet. Tell them you have a chocolate cake diet, and they will follow you. I, on the other hand, tell people what they don't want to hear. I tell them, look, you got cancer, you got disease, you got inflammation, you got arthritis, you have fibromyalgia, you got hormone problems, you're losing your hair, you're looking 10 years older than you should. You need to change what you're doing. Well, they don't want to hear that. If you tell them, keep doing what you're doing and you'll be fine, they will follow you. And that's, unfortunately, why I don't have 1 million followers, because I'm the guy that says what they don't want to hear. Now, there are lots of people out there who tell people what they want to hear, who have a doctor title. You know how much nutrition advice a doctor gets in their 7 years of medical school? They get 45 minutes of nutritional training, and that 45 minutes is based on the standard American traditional idea of what health is. In other words, eat lots of meat and bread and dairy, and you'll be healthy. But forget the fruits and vegetables. That's for wusses. If doctors were so right and knowledgeable and all-knowing, how come every year in America, more people die in American hospitals than all the world wars combined? Every year, this is just 1 year in America, more people die in hospitals than all the world wars combined. They're not exactly the most knowledgeable in the area of nutrition. They know what they are trained in those 7 years to do is what drug hides what symptom. They're sponsored by the Drug Administration, and they're trained to cut out body parts that aren't working right. If it's not working right, cut it out. So you're missing body parts that you need. Instead of telling you, maybe you should stop doing the things that are bad for you so the problem will stop. No, they'll just say, cut out the body part. It ain't working, cut it out. And then they need to give you drugs to hide the symptoms that come as a result of cutting those body parts out. And your life just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Instead of listening to somebody that tells you what you don't want to hear, which is stopping the comfort things, unfortunately, and doing things that are good for you and right for you, which is what I do, and a few other people too. People don't want to hear that. It makes you unpopular. The worst, if you're at a party, the last thing you want to do is tell people, stop with the alcohol, stop with the cake, stop with the crackers and the cheese. You'll be the most unpopular person at the party. Well, unfortunately, that's what I am. But there are a few people who listen. There's a few people who listen, that 1%. And you might be that 1%. But most people, the 99%, they want to hear what they want to hear. And the interesting thing is you can show them scientific study after scientific study after scientific study, and they will not change their mind. You could take a guy who believes in the flat earth and put him up into space in a spaceship so he can see the earth from 1 million miles away as a round ball, and he will still refuse to believe it. And watch this. Watch the comments start coming in below from the flat earthers who say, oh, Marcus, you don't know what you're talking about. Let us educate you with our proof. See, that's it. Every side cherry picks the proof that they want to back up what they believe. Pick any subject on the internet. You will find two sides equally opposed to each other, and both have proof that they're right and the other person is wrong. Go to any court case. You've got the prosecution and the defense. They both have proof that they're right and the other side is wrong. You can prove anything with whatever, and you'll try to make it sound convincing, and you'll get a bunch of people to believe in you and follow you in that area. So it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, if it's true or false, you will find proof to back it up, and people will follow you. If you tell people what they want to believe and you find some, pseudo proof to back it up, you will have a huge following. I go from personal experience. I go from, I was sick. I stopped listening to everything that they tell you to do. Be a good boy, eat your beef and your bacon and your hamburgers and your cheese and your dairy and your sugar and the wheat and all that stuff. And I was getting sicker, unhealthier. My relationship wasn't that great. I was doing things I was told to do, but I wasn't happy and I wasn't healthy and I was falling apart and I was dying, literally. It wasn't until I said, you know what? I'm just going to stop listening to people and start doing what feels right to me. I'm going to start experimenting, doing different things. And from personal experience, my life started changing because I started listening to me instead of them. And a lot of things I did were not fun, but you got to do what you got to do. And there comes a point in your life with some people where you just want to do the right thing. And that's what it takes. You hopefully have the strength in you to be able to not be swayed by just because it's on the internet, it must be true, and just start following your heart and doing what feels right and doing the right thing. And that's that. Keep that in mind until next week. Until then, think about that. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.